Piccolo here. Just want to make you a quick video going over some language and vocabulary acquisition skills. Now, you may be asking yourself, why does my English teacher have my science homework open? And there's a very good reason for that. What we have decided to do in the ELA department is to support you guys in your other subjects while at the same time building your ELA skills such as vocabulary acquisition, reading comprehension, and writing. So today what we're going to be looking at is vocabulary, and beyond just having you look at and define these science words that you're going to be doing in science class, I wanted to make this video to break down kind of how a lot of these words are formed. And as we learn this and as we take a look at how English words are kind of pieced together, it's going to help you going forward understand how language works, and it's going to help your vocab acquisition. It's going to help you figure out new unfamiliar words as you see them without always having to look them up. So what we're going to be talking about today are affixes. So affixes are parts of words. They're parts of words that mean things. So we've probably heard of two types of affixes. The first is a prefix, right? It occurs at the beginning of a word. And the second is a suffix. It occurs at the end of a word. So you may be asking yourself, how is this going to help me in English, and how is this going to help me in science class? And those two answers go hand in hand, because many words in the English language contain common prefixes or suffixes, and this is especially true in math and science, because math and science is very concerned with having their language follow the rules of standard written English. So this way everybody knows what the words mean, and everybody can figure out what the words mean, and everybody is on the same page with that. So let's take a look at some of your science words. The first word on your vocabulary list is ecology. So ecology is made up of two parts, right? Eco and ology. They do this tricky thing here where they use this O for both the prefix, which is eco, and the suffix, which is ology. So how can we break this up? So eco, the prefix eco means surroundings or environment. The suffix ology means the study of. So now we can see how this word gets its meaning even without having to look up the exact definition, because when we put these together, we get ecology, the study of our surroundings or our environment, right? Because we know that ecology is the study of nature, the study of our ecosystem, and the study of our environment. And while we're talking about ecology, right? So we know that ecology is the study of our environment. It's our surroundings. Our ecosystem is a system that surrounds us, right? Because if we're talking about eco, we know we're talking about our surroundings, our environment. An ecosystem must be a system related to our surroundings and our environment. Are there any other words you can think of that start with eco? Let's look at our next word. Biotic. So as we look at biotic, we're going to think about our prefix. We're going to focus on the prefix for this. Bio. So bio means related or dealing with living things, right? So a bio, anything with the word bio in the beginning, is related to something alive, right? It's related to life in some way. Now, let's see what types of words we can think of that start with bio. What about biography? If you've ever read a biography, it's a book about what? That's right, it's a book about someone's life. That's why it starts with bio. If you've ever taken or will be taking biology, we just learned that ology means the study of. So what does biology mean? The study of things that are alive. Our next word is abiotic. And we're going to see another super important prefix here. So A means not. It's that simple. A, not. Right? So abiotic means not living. Right? When we're talking about something that is abiotic, we're talking about something that is not living. So if we're talking about asexual reproduction, right? We know, since it has that A in there, we're saying not sexual reproduction. So it's something that produces, or reproduces rather, without undergoing sexual intercourse, right? So when we see that A, we know that it means not. The last word that we're going to talk about today is photosynthesis. Now, photosynthesis is a word that we've probably heard many times before. We know that it's how plants make food, but the important thing about photosynthesis, the word photosynthesis, is photo, right? Because if it was just how plants make food, synthesis would be sufficient. Or it might be something like nutrient synthesis or nutrasynthesis or food synthesis, right? It would be something other than photo. What photo means is light. So photosynthesis is how plants use light to make food. That's why the word photo is in there. What other words do we know that start with photo? Let's take a look. Photograph, right? A photograph uses light. It uses the reflection of light to imprint an image onto film. So that's why it's called photograph, right? When we take a picture, when we take a photograph, we're capturing light on film. We're using the light to make an imprint on the film. So, photo. If anyone has ever taken a medication, some medications say that one of the side effects may be photosensitivity. Now, this looks like a super big word, right? This looks like a very, very sciencey word. It looks like a word that is maybe a little confusing for us. But when we know how to break it down, it becomes a little bit less intimidating, right? Because if we know that photo means light, and we know what sensitive means, right? It means that, like, you're very affected by something. Like, if you're a sensitive person, you're, very affected by things. So we know that sensitivity means, to be sensitive, to be very much affected by things. So light sensitivity means like you're going to be very affected by light, right? It might make you feel woozy. It might make you dehydrate. You might get sunburned easier. We don't know exactly how you're going to be sensitive to light, but we can piece together that photosensitivity means that in some way you're going to be sensitive, right, to light. So now that we have gone over this, in the comments on this video, think of some words that use the affixes we've learned today. Do they follow the rules? What do they mean? And this will give us a little bit of practice trying to figure out, how these rules work when it comes to affixes and how we can give meaning to words as we encounter them. So I hope that this was somewhat helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at my email, on Google Classroom, in the comments, or on my Google Voice number, 631-392-8066. And you can always text or call me there, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope that this has been helpful. Take care.